Hey everybody, this is Dave with DII. I know everyone's concerned about disinfecting things these days for our current circumstances. So I want to just be sure everybody knows how to clean their handpan. So I'm no authority on disinfectants and like which ones work the best, but I can give you advice on which disinfectants might be good for your handpan and not damage it. So if you're going to be disinfecting your handpan, you definitely want to do something that's not going to damage it, right? So I've got some products here that I pulled out from underneath my kitchen sink. We've got classic glass cleaner, right? We've got some disinfecting wipes. We've got Lysol, and we've got 99% isopropyl alcohol here. So you can see these are very common household things that people use for disinfecting. Again, I don't really know all the ins and outs of the disinfecting aspect and how they kill germs. But if you're going to use any of these products, I'm just going to show you what they did to the handpans that I have as samples here. So you see these handpans. I've got one here that's just plain steel that was painted. This one is our finish, which we call Luna Satin. It's our satin finish. This is, we call it our clarity finish, Luna Clarity Finish. This is our RS stainless steel. And a lot of people have stainless steel handpans these days. And over here we've got a nitrided handpan shell, and so a lot of people have nitrided handpans as well. So just before I do this, your handpan might be different than all 5 of these. Okay, so just be careful that if you do choose to test out any kind of product like this, that you test it on a small area first, maybe on the bottom, maybe just on the rim, to make sure that it doesn't stain it. Remove any kind of finish that it might have had on it, like sometimes it might have a paint or some kind of clear coat, something like that, or even some kind of oil that it could damage. So just these are just words of advice for the products pretty much that we have here at DII, but they might also work for other products that are out there on the market. So okay, let me just show you what I did here on this plain steel instrument here. It has a thin clear coat of paint on it. And so you can see with the glass cleaner, I already put some glass cleaner on these things, or I already applied the products to all of these. So glass cleaner was applied here, and obviously there's nothing there. So does glass cleaner actually kill germs? I don't know. But as a very typical general cleaner, you can use glass cleaner to just clean off your handpan, clear off the oils and dirt that might be there. So alcohol is something that people use for taking germs off of surfaces. So as you can see, I don't really see any residual problem here with the alcohol that I applied. I'm not feeling any stickiness. Sometimes with alcohol and other products like this, if it has any kind of paint or any kind of something that was applied to it, some kind of finish, sometimes it might not immediately feel sticky or funny, or you might not see anything come off, but later it'll feel sticky. So I applied this earlier today, and it does not feel sticky or anything like that. Disinfecting wipes, I tried that on here. I don't see any staining. Over here we've got our Lysol spray. So I actually sprayed some on. You can see a few little drip marks here. I'm not sure that those are going to be permanent though. So later on I think I'm going to apply some more and see if we can clean it off so you can see how that works. All right, over here we're going to move on to our satin finish. This is a powder coated satin finish. So it's really durable. Alcohol doesn't seem like it did anything. Disinfecting wipes, I don't see any evidence that there's any problem there. There's no stickiness. There's no removal of the finish. Lysol spray, again, it feels a little bit, I don't know, a little, not sticky, but greasy. Feels a little bit greasy, but it doesn't feel like it was sticky, like anything's a problem for the finish. And then over here we've got Windex. And of course Windex is just a cleaning product, not really intended for germ removal. Or disinfecting, but I don't see any problem there either. Okay, moving on over here. This is just an old shell that I had with our Clarity finish on it. So the Clarity is also powder coated. It's really durable. The glass cleaner, obviously there's no problem there, and you can always clean our products with glass cleaner or water. Lysol spray. Again, I'm feeling a little bit of that greasy feel with the spray. It's not a real problem with the finish, and actually I think what I'm going to do is just come with the glass cleaner later and just wipe off that greasy feel. And then we've got alcohol here. The alcohol I sprayed on, I'm not feeling any issues with it, like any kind of problems with the finish. And disinfecting wipes. So the disinfecting wipes, I'm not really feeling the greasy feel that I feel with the Lysol spray. and it looks fine. Okay, over here, we've got our RS shell, which is stainless steel. The glass cleaner, you can see some streaks that happened because I just sprayed it on and let it do its thing. I didn't wipe it off. So you can see some streaks there. Alcohol, I wiped it on. There might be a little bit of a haze there, but I think it can come off with the additional cleaning, so I don't see any problem with alcohol. Disinfecting wipes. I don't see any problem with the disinfecting wipes. Lysol spray. Once again, well, it doesn't really feel greasy this time, but I do see some drips, so that might be a cause for concern, but we're going to come back to this later. I'm going to see if I can clean those off. All right, finally, we've got our nitrided shell. We've got our alcohol, which I used here. You can't see any evidence of the alcohol at all. Feels clean. Lysol spray. Again, there's some drip marks. Feels a little bit greasy. And disinfecting wipes. I don't really see any evidence of the wipes causing any kind of discoloration. It also doesn't feel greasy. The glass cleaner. I don't see any kind of problem with the glass cleaner. Again, glass cleaner is not really made for fighting germs, but it's just a good way to clean it off. All right, so let me reset a little bit, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to wipe on these products. I'm going to put some products on just so you can see me do it, so that you can see that it's not causing any problems, and then I'm going to try to see if I can clean off these little streaks. All right, we're going to follow up now with seeing if we can just remove some of these drip marks that occurred when I used the Lysol disinfecting spray. So I'm just going to try using Windex right here, which is like a glass cleaner, classic glass cleaner. This is an old sock, cotton, and nice and soft. You don't want to use anything that could scratch your handpan. So let's just see if that comes off. So we'll let that dry for a second. I'm going to move on over here to Lysol. Oh, by the way, look at all that dirt that came off of that handpan. Look at that. All right, I'm going to clean this one off with Windex again. We're just testing to see if those streaks will go away and make sure that it doesn't damage the handpan. So as far as the others are concerned, I don't remember. Oh, here's some streaks on the painted handpan. So, oh, by the way, there's a little bit of dirt there on the stainless. Let's see if we can remove the streaks here. All right. So let's go back over here. This hasn't quite dried yet. Let me see if I can help speed that up. All right, let's come back to that in a minute and take a look to see after it dries if the streaks are still there or not. All right, so we've waited a little bit, and the handpans that we had the Lysol spray, we applied those to the nitrided and the stainless steel here, and also we have the plain steel with the regular clear coat on there. You can still see some streaks here from the Lysol spray. You can still see some streaks here on the stainless steel, and this is after I already wiped it down with the Windex. And you can even see some faint streaks here on the nitrided steel. So it would be my recommendation not to use Lysol spray because it seems like it might cause some staining of the materials and the finishes on your handpan. And I can't guarantee any of this stuff, by the way. So make sure you test all of your handpans before you just go gangbusters and clean anything. Make sure you always clean it on a small spot just to double check. But these are the results that I'm finding. The clarity coat and the satin finishes, those don't seem to have any problem with the Lysol spray on. It felt a little bit greasy, but I'm almost positive I can wipe off that greasy feel with the Windex, or with the glass cleaner. I'm still hesitant to suggest the alcohol. It just seems like a stronger product that might at some point affect the finishes, even though I didn't see any problem with it here as we tested it. The Lysol spray, it seems like that might relieve some drip marks or residue. That might be a little bit of a problem. The disinfecting wipes seemed like they were probably, for me, the best option. So if I was going to be wiping these down for customers or before we sell them to somebody. I would probably use the disinfecting wipes. I'm fairly confident with the way it's going to react with the germs and make it a little bit more germ-free than it was before. Even though I said before, I'm not a pro at that, so I'm not exactly sure how it all works. The Windex, again, is just great for just kind of giving your handpan a general cleaning. So if you want to just generally clean it, you can either use water or Windex or any other kind of glass cleaner. So let me finish this up and clean these off and see how it goes. Okay, so after we figured out that my preference was the disinfecting wipes, I'm going to wipe down my handpan. I'm feeling pretty confident that it's not going to damage it now that they did all these tests. It's kind of funny how pretty much every musical instrument is touched in some way. So you just need to be careful with every single musical instrument that you're playing with right now so that you're not putting too many germs out there or giving them to somebody else. So I just use the disinfection wipes. I'm actually going to throw some Windex on there just to kind of clean off any kind of residue that might be on there. Now, if you had a handpan that had something like frog lube on it, you probably wouldn't want to use this. It's going to mess up all the frog lube application and all that sort of thing. But for the products that I showed here, I think these are the best results you're going to get. Okay, so I've got the the disinfecting wipes. Applied that, wiped it down. I added the Windex just to kind of clean it off again. Now I'm ready to play. So one of the best things about handpans is it's a super relaxing activity. It relieves stress and anxiety. So obviously in these times when we're all like holed up in our houses, it might be enjoyable just to sit and relax and play. So enjoy yourself. See you out there soon, and hopefully maybe you can make a video of yourself playing and just help spread the love. All right, here we go.